lap and a half before he had that collision with Pecco Bagnaia. Apart from that, he's been struggling, he's been way off the pace.
So you can see that was Vinales retaking the position.
Miller was slightly wide, obviously, because
Pecco Bagnaia actually alongside Marco Bezzecchi. Look at Brad Binder as well. Bezzecchi's going for pole down to third place, and Binder launches it into turn one, and Binder takes over from the second row of the grid on the KTM. What a start for the South African, with Bagnaia in second place, Bezzecchi in third, and one of the prettiest in fourth place still.
I mean, Binder on the inside. I mean, he didn't need a second invitation. There was a slight gap. He went for it, and it's paid off.
Starting with the latest on here now.
We've definitely got a race on. There's one thing we've learned: Binder's difficult to pass, and he's angry. He got that penalty in the first, so in this sprint race, going on the green on the last lap, having to lose 2 places. He thought he finished third, he didn't realise he flipped the green, but being able to end his green man, he was, and he was
out of turn 8 is the one to keep an eye on. And there's also one here in turn 17. All the players are extinguishing, thankfully, as Jack Miller making progress. He's up into 7th place. He started in 12th on the grid. He's down in 12th, having started on the second row of the grid.
yeah, absolute nightmare.
It was Vinales retaking the turn 1. I'm going to try to hang on. Jack Miller has crashed out of this race, third crash for him this season in the Grand Prix.
And it is on these opening laps that the track is going to feel a little bit greasy. We've not had these temperatures at all this weekend. That's what can happen like that. The couple of years ago, there's going to be after the hard crash track, he never gets the big and even these temperatures are just that's integrity when it's the track technique. He's just not comfortable with that. That's why it's like sometimes you just don't like a tire.
You feel like Pecco Bagnaia want to make a move quickly in because once you go into this race, and the temperatures come up. Yesterday, the big feedback from the riders was tyre pressures going through the roof if you were in traffic. So I'm pretty certain the way Bagnaia is very much a calculating kind of rider. That he'll have that in his mind and will look for the move quickly because it will also help him with the second row. Very late breakers, but Bagnaia is one of the best. When he won his first ever racing back in that was his key asset, but Binder hangs on firm for now. Just on the inside of that as he tries to hang on to the back of Binder. Look who's fastest on the racetrack at the moment, Neil. Maverick Vinales in sixth.
Last time we saw him have any pace really was in Le Mans, but unfortunately that only lasted about a lap and a half before he had that collision with Pecco Bagnaia. Apart from that, he's been struggling, he's been way off the pace.
So you can see that was Vinales retaking the position.
Miller was slightly wide, obviously, because
it is a French rider, and unfortunately it's the Yamaha and Fabio Quartararo, and it is Sarko, it's the two French riders together. Oh my goodness me, and that is in out 3, turn 7, you know, this is fast. This is going to be really close. I'm not thinking that this is going to look like the crash starting to play for a serious victory. Two French riders have crashed out together in the racing room.
of the track, it just goes really, it funnels into that part there, and the problem with the MotoGP bike sort of one line. Yeah, but that one is big.
Breaking his beam around there. So fast in there. Fifth place, making good progress. When Maverick's got the bit between his teeth, when we see this Maverick early on in the race, you know he means business.
It's almost unbelievable when we see Maverick Vignoles like this. But it's so rare that that happens. This does not look good at all. He's had a proper beating as Fabio.
And having to be helped away. Yesterday there was a glimmer of hope, wasn't there, for Fabio Quartararo and Yamaha. But today, that's been it. That's another big yard there in that Maverick. Just when we're talking about, didn't it? It had to be. A Maverick Vinales has crashed down. That's his races this year. He had a disastrous weekend in Sachsenring, and he's looking as if say, I don't know what's gone wrong. Oh, couldn't be anything to do with that. I was going to say I thought it might be on track, but
no, I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, he was pretty good. Yeah, he's good. He's got a simple passing and that inside point round the weekend. It's all on the brakes. You watch Binder just claw that gap back on the brakes. Think back to Jerez this year. I'm laying Brad Binder brakes on my KTM. Somehow gets snapped in his own unique, wild, flex style. Terrier with a postman's trousers between his teeth, isn't he, at the moment? Just trying to hang on as much as he can to Pecco Bagnaia. How do you find a way through? Keep this race open at the front. Bezecchi's not going to be done at all in this situation. Marco Bezecchi is the rider with the pace all weekend. But we know Bagnaia saw all the data last night. Did make changes actually during life this morning. We're going take too long before that front tyre temperature starts to get a little bit hotter. It increases the pressure basically, and you end up with a lot less grip. What's been there? I just thought he was trying to. He just dropped as if he was trying to launch something. Now it's Pecco Bagnaia. I just wonder if there's any way through these fast corners or where the KTM has been seen. For Bagnaia compared to Binder, almost on the Ducati. It's like he doesn't have that kind of problem on exit. In fact, Brad Binder was saying yesterday that he was losing on acceleration. You see that then, and tight in that group again. If you're just getting a little bit hot, it really affects your exit. And Zucca Marini then, that's like 4 people. There's so many people wanting to prove something in that group. So Martin having to fight. I'm attacking Nakagami. Nakagami now attacking Luca Marini. I think again, is this Marini with the tyre pressure issue? I know this is Uccio said to us earlier on, a bit of a problem. The general consensus is tyres. Out wide, then he has that little bit of a sort of attack stuff and gets on the floor, everyone accelerates and he loses 3 spots. Yeah, he said basically with Luca Marini, they've turned the bike upside down, they've tried everything, he is just not comfortable with the front of the bike. And of all the tracks, we talk about these bank corners and how when you throw the bike in, you have to be so confident. But if you're slightly, any hesitation at all, you end up where you there, you were best through the rams though. As well. Heart in mouth moments for Binder. Still somehow he sticks in there. Devastated to have dropped off the podium yesterday. What can I say? You're the race.
separated by less than 4/10 of a second. What a start to this event. One day it continues. Onto the main slang, the famous snaking back straight here at the Dutch TT. It's the drive, isn't it, for Binder? And that you can see there where Bezzecchi was just almost alongside him, almost straight away coming out of this corner. Bastianini's had a crash.
Just trying to get the bike back into the picture maximally, let the brake off, just touch the throttle and down you go.
Yeah, 9th and 8th in his return so far in Italy and Germany, and was in 8th place today. Looking menacing. Let's have a look at the top of the picture. So fast in there. And they get on these two French riders. Zarco, the big champion actually of Quartararo. Able to walk away with 5 weeks of rest now before the British Grand Prix at Silverstone.
He lost 0.8 of a second on that last lap. The problem for, well, it's not a problem for the Ducati riders because it's fair across the board, but you get to see each other's data. But with Bagnaia's team, they've got the best engineers, they've got more data engineers, so they can sort of simulate the best of them. They've got the bottom of that top yesterday. This guy got like, when you watch Francesco Bagnaia, in practice when the bike was nervous, he was back in the tank. He was well off the pace, he was about 10th fastest. Bezzecchi, meanwhile, was cruising around. It looked easy for him, didn't it? So, but now, over the weekend, the factory Ducati team, oh, I tell you, Binder's fast through there.
He is, isn't he? Well, again, he's going to attack, is he? No. I think a couple of laps, that's where he's having to make up time.
It really is. But and you don't see the rewards of having that factory Ducati team around you.
Actually, Bezzecchi is losing out a bit more by there being sprint races in the fact that it's to capture.
It looks that way, doesn't it? I'll tell you what though, Bezzecchi has responded, so he'd obviously made a big mistake on the previous lap. He just said, fastest lap of the race, that's 0.3 of a second faster than your leader. This is what Bezzecchi's got. The problem is now it's the fact that Binder is the roadblock for him, because Binder's riding close to Bagnaia. Because he's so late on the brakes, he's hot, he's so difficult to pass. It looks like these two have got a little bit better pace in him, but look, I mean, all those have made mistakes as well.
It looks like Shimano on board here with Martin. He's got the kind of ball to go in the other. He's like just not getting the power out in the same way. I know it's a big thing to break that here. Power down to make the effective, but it just feels like there's not any opportunities being given, and it's going to have to be a
yeah, and if it's a lunge, then it's going to be Jorge Martin. I'm just going to sit back and watch, because then you'll pick up the pieces of it. We've seen that happen a few times into the last chicane over the years, haven't we?
Well, if he does get the podium, Malaysia Spark will be asking him to take that right wing off the Aprilia for the rest of the season. Both Miller and Binder on the last lap, and Binder will know that Espargaro is lurking. Meanwhile, Jorge Martin is also trying to gap at the bottom of the track for too little, too late. Mistake from Bagnaia,
which I doubt it at this point in the race. I think he's just controlling it. It's Francesco Bagnaia. 2 more laps in the mid-33s, and he's got interesting. You think it's a 40-minute race, and look, we've got the top 5 there, covered by less than 2 seconds. They're all the absolute limit, aren't they?
Yeah, and the Silverstone at the beginning of August, because hopefully we'll have similar conditions, similar kind of action, more British success. Yeah, we'd love to see you all there.
Just that bit too far back. What will happen is you'll end up in contact.
And the thing is as well, you go on to the green paint on the last lap and you will get a penalty. Absolutely. You've got right, here we go, the last lap time in the DutchGP. Keep the 8 miles of this famous old venue into the Otterbrook, and now still flapping about on Alexis bike up to the shrubbery. No way now for Espargaro. You feel like he's setting up a lunge, but can he get enough drive here?
Doesn't look like it, does it? Coming out like that. He said all year that he's struggled with acceleration. You can see there.
I reckon that he's going to be checking last lap. Into the stop the bar. Having much corner speed, real strength on that front. But he's got people behind him into the run they go. The final time, Bagnaia, the gap to Pecco, staying solid at 1 second. Pecco ever so slightly broken. And Aleix Espargaro taking a tight line now. He knows that he's got Jorge Martin for company.
It's the last thing you want, last lap. You're absolutely exhausted. You've just got to be perfect through these last 3 corners. I don't think it's going to be close to time.
Well, Jorge Martin might